Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the KBShimmer Best in Snow collection for holiday 2023. There are 9 polishes here altogether. These are available right now, so I will link the KBShimmer website down below where you guys can check these out, and I will get into the swatches. So these are the boxes that the KBShimmer polishes come in. I like to show them whenever I remember to. The next polish is called Just Roll With It, and this is described as a sparkling tan mix of holographic glitters with a golden shifting shimmer. And my nails are all over the place this week, but I will be swatching these over some gel extensions. Great formula on this one. It's not thick at all, which is surprising because there is so much glitter in it. It is pretty sheer though. The base is mostly clear. You're just getting a little bit of coverage from the glitter and from that orange shimmer. It covered really well for me in 2 coats. It was a little bit sheer at spots, and obviously these gel extensions you can see through the tip quite a bit, but I felt like it was good in 2 coats rather than add 3 coats of a semi-chunky glitter. Also, speaking of semi-chunky glitter, this will be textured when it dries down and it will be more difficult to remove. So that is 2 coats of Just Roll With It. The next polish is called Just the Coolest, and this is described as a pale periwinkle jelly base with colorful microflakes and a dash of micro holographic glitter. Great formula on this one as well. It's a little bit sheer, but those shifty, colorful flakies look so cool. This one caught my eye, like right from the get-go. This looks really good in 2 coats. I think on my natural nails I would have stopped here, but since I have these gel extensions on and they're a little bit more see-through at the end, I wanted to go ahead and add a 3rd just to see what it would look like. I like this a lot in 3 coats. I feel like the base deepened just a little bit. It was subtle, but at the same time it did make a big difference. I think this will be 2 or 3 coats just depending on your nail situation and your preferences. So that is 2 coats of Just the Coolest. And the next polish is called Ice and Easy, and this is a clear-based rainbow color-shifting flaky topper with a dusting of micro holographic glitter. Great formula on this. It is absolutely packed with flakies. I swatched this over black because I wanted you to see all of the bright rainbow colors that you can actually get out of the flakies. But then I also did just want to show it over a lighter nude color so you can see it's more of a pastel kind of ethereal look over a light color and then very vibrant over black. And then here it is with matte top coat because it's flakies and I have to add matte top coat. Flakies like this will also dry very flat and smooth and they won't be difficult to remove like a glitter. So that is 2 coats of Ice and Easy. The next polish is called Stocking Developments, and this is described as a bright green reflective polish. The description of this also says that it features a new, easier to apply reflective formula, and that was very noticeable. The previous KBShimmer reflective polishes tend to lean a bit on the thick side and thicken really easily, and this was not thick at all. It went on really nicely, really smoothly, and covered completely for me in 2 coats. That being said, it is still reflective glitter, so it will dry very textured and be difficult to remove. So here is 2 coats of Stocking Developments without any flash on it. And here it is with the flash. I also wanted to point out the difference between filming a reflective glitter polish with just the flash on, with your normal camera, and in macro mode. So this is just normal, not in macro mode. And then if I switch my phone camera over to macro mode, it gets way brighter and way more intense. So it just depends on how you're filming it, how crazy it will look on camera. The next polish is called Noel It All, and this is described as a Christmas red reflective polish. This also has a really good formula on it. It also has a very saturated red jelly base, which is going to help a ton with coverage, so you don't need so much glitter. This covered completely for me in 2 coats. This is reflective glitter, so it is going to dry very textured and be difficult to remove. You will need to scrub it off if you don't use something like a peel-off base coat, and you will need a couple of coats of top coat or a glitter smoothing product followed by a thick top coat to get it really glassy. So that is 2 coats of Noel It All with no flash. And here it is with the flash, and I believe I did this in macro mode since that's what makes it look the glowiest and the coolest. The next polish is called Freeze the Day, and this is described as a vibrant indigo blue with silver, white, shifty flakies and a hint of holographic micro glitter. A little sheer on the first coat. The flakies here stand out really well. In the description it said that they can subtly shift to pale pink and pale yellow or pale gold, and I can really see that on my nail here. In the bottle they looked very silver and very white, and they have a slight like yellowy gold tone to them on my nail. This covered completely for me in 2 coats. The flakies here are very flat and white, but you can see they can come out in pretty huge chunks, which will add just a slight bit of texture, but nothing like a glitter. So that is 2 coats of Freeze the Day. The next polish is called Tripped Up, and this is described as a grape-colored base with blue shifty shimmer and a scattered holographic glitter. Great formula on this one as well, great coverage. I was very surprised to see how purple this was. I hadn't read the description yet when I swatched it, and in the bottle it looked very, very blue, and it's very purple on the nails. Once that second coat started to build up, you could really see that blue shimmer shining through there. It's very even, there's no brush strokes through it, and that scattered holographic stands out really nicely as well. So that is 2 coats of Tripped Up. The next polish is called Skiing is Believing, and this is described as a magenta base with color shifting shimmer. Great formula on this, pretty good coverage, love the shimmer. I'm sure you can see in the first couple swipes that this is going to be one of my favorite polishes in the collection. I love this kind of gold, pink, shifty shimmer and this colored base. I love these polishes. I actually put this on immediately after filming these swatches. This is the one that I decided I needed to wear. It covered completely for me in 2 coats. There are some very minor brush strokes through that shimmer, but they do blend in really well after it dries. So that is 2 coats of Skiing is Believing. The next polish is called Mistletoe You So, and this is a red to green, or I guess green to red multi-chrome. Good formula here, just a little bit sheer on that first coat. Multi-chromes are always a little bit sheer in that kind of smoky base. The shift is hard to pick up on camera, but it is a really good, strong multi-chrome shift from red to green. It's very, very festive looking. This covered completely for me in 2 coats, some very minor brush strokes through that shimmer, but it was really easy to get them straightened out and they blended in really well after it dried. So that is 2 coats of Mistletoe You So, and I'll do some weird stuff with my finger here to try to show that shift. You can see a little bit on the edges there that it goes red to green. Okay, so for comparisons, I stick within the same brand. So the first one that I have is Just Roll With It. Next to that, I have Celebrate Good Shine. So these are very, very similar. I would go as far to say I think these are the exact same glitter mix. Just Roll With It has that pinky orange shimmer to it. So it gives it there's a little bit of extra shimmer in the light, but then it also has slightly more of a warm tone to it, and that's really the only difference. Those are very, very close. Next I have Ice and Easy, and next to that I have Rainbow Shield, which is pretty old. It has like the old logo on the bottle. I put matte top coat on both of these so you could see them a little bit better. So Rainbow Shield has a slightly different rainbow flaky mix. It's also much less dense, and then Ice and Easy, while having way more flakies, also has that slight little holographic sparkle to it as well. So next I have Stocking Developments. These are all reflective glitters. They're not going to show super reflective in these lights, but the color will look a little bit better. So first I have Pull It Together, which is this one right here. Next to that is Stocking Developments, which is a deeper, more Christmassy green. And then next to that I have Say It Ain't Cilantro. This was a polish pickup shade, and this is more herby, I guess you could say. So 3 green reflective shades, but no dupes there. And for the red reflective, Noel It All, I don't have any dupes for that one, so I'm not going to be mentioning that one here. I didn't have any red reflectives in my KBShimmer polishes, which is kind of surprising. I thought there was one, so maybe I overlooked it, but I couldn't find anything. Next I have Freeze the Day, which is right here. And for this one I pulled out a polish called Soul Blue. There is more of like a deep purpley blue tone to Freeze the Day, where Soul Blue is a little bit more of like a true blue. The flakies that are in here are also different. These are more of an iridescent flaky, and this has a fine holographic shimmer to it. That's not quite as obvious in Freeze the Day. The flakies in Freeze the Day are also much more of like a metallic, almost glass fleck looking flaky. So next I have Tripped Up. I mentioned that I just kind of go through and look at what looks similar in the bottle, and Tripped Up actually ended up a lot more purple on the nails than in the bottle, so a lot of these comparisons are leaning more blue. The first one that I have here is That's Just Grape. And then we have Tripped Up here, which is much more purple. It doesn't have that contrasting shimmer. I have Ready to Throw Down. This is a magnetic, I just didn't magnetize it. Darker, and its color is more of a purple shimmer than being like a purple jelly based polish, and it has those holographic flakies in it. Tripped Up again. This one is Why So Serious? Again, very blue with holographic flakies, not super comparable there. Tripped Up again, and then the last one is All Downhill From Here. Again,
very blue. So no close dupes here. So next up is Skiing is Believing. So when I pick these dupes out, I literally just go through my drawers like with a flashlight and try to grab anything that looks similar in the bottle. I haven't found a better system to do it than that. I would like to do more swatch comparisons, but it's just a little overwhelming. So right now that's how I'm doing it. So the first ones that I picked out here is I Can't Decider. Didn't look super similar in the bottle, but they all have that really shifty shimmer. So I thought I would give it a shot anyway, just because they can look totally different on the nails than they do in the bottle. Then Skiing is Believing here. This one is RV There Yet. It's cooler, it's more purple, and it has this holographic sparkle throughout it, like flaky sparkle. Then we have Skiing is Believing again, and then this one here is Hidden Potential. Again, darker, very similar shimmer, but a much darker shade. And lastly, we have Mistletoe You So. So the first one over here is Vested Interest. This is the least comparable, I think, of all of them. It's a little bit lighter of a shade and has this chunkier, not chunky, but like bigger holographic flake to it. Then we have Mistletoe You So. Next to that is You Rocket My World. This is a magnetic, I just don't have it magnetized. They are very, very close. It doesn't have as strong of a red shift to it as Mistletoe You So does. It's a very like red-green, Christmassy multi-chrome. This has that slight shift to it, but the green is a little bit different and the shift isn't as strong. Mistletoe You So again. This one is Spaced Out. This is also a magnetic that I just don't have magnetized. This one is a little bit more of like a tealy blue to purple multi-chrome. It's close, but not exactly the same. Then we have Mistletoe You So again, and then this one is Flip Flop Hooray. Also more of that like tealy green to purpley multi-chrome, not red and green like Mistletoe You So. So these all look very, very close with subtle differences. It just depends on what you're going for.
So I have three favorites here. I really love Skiing is Believing. This is such a shapeshifter. It looks so purpley blue, like still shifty, but very purpley blue here in person. When I was taking my clip of the bottle of this and I put it in front of that bright light, it went like really orange / pink. And it was like, it kind of shocked me at how different it looked in different lighting. It's very, very shifty and I love it. I love Just the Coolest for the same reason. It's very shifty. It looks like a completely different color depending on what lighting you're in. I also really like how it's kind of a chunkier flake, so you get like a very sparkly finish on top of it. It's just, I like this one a lot. And I really like Ice and Easy. I love how much rainbow you get out of those flakies, and it looks really, really cool with matte top coat, and over darker colors, those rainbows really pop out. So that is the KBShimmer Best in Snow collection for winter / holiday 2023. Again, I will link the KBShimmer website down below where you guys can check those out. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.